It's a humbling experience to stand here and talk to you about this great man. I was not part of ICUF, so I met Claude only twice, once with purpose and once rather accidentally. My first meeting was very vivid because it was in 1970. I was the General Secretary of the Protestant equivalent of ICUF, which is called the Student Christian Movement. And I was studying in Madras Christian College at that time. And I had heard about Father Claude, and we were organizing a leadership camp. So I went to Loyola College, where I understood he was present, and wanted to invite him to speak at this leadership camp. Unfortunately, he was not free on those particular days, but he could have just said, "I'm sorry, I cannot come," and then just let me go. But he sat me down, and we talked about the SCM, the Student Christian Movement, and he shared what was happening with we call the Catholic Student Union or something like that. And about the need for greater collaboration between SCM and the ICUF. And that was a time when in the SCM we were organizing a meeting with the theme, Students in the Asian Revolution. And we got talking about that. We also got talking about the leprosy relief work, which I was very closely involved in. And the Madras Christian College also had what is called the Rural Service League. So these things were, now when I look back in hindsight, they were very close to him. And that was why he was, engaging me in this discussion. But unfortunately, I couldn't get the benefit of his presence at the leadership camp which we were organizing. The second meeting with Father Claude was rather accidentally. It was, I didn't expect to see him there. And this was a decade later, in the late 1970s. By this time, I was working with fishing communities in Kerala, helping to organize cooperatives, and I had come to Bangalore to talk at a training session in the Indian Social Institute. And to my delight, Claude was there. And, he was catching up with what happened, and he was surprised to learn that I opted to go to the village. And we joked that even Jesuit business management education, which I had in XLRI, had not managed to convert me into a corporate manager. So the organizers asked me to speak about the importance and awareness of what is called the informal sector. And I will stick to that. When we got involved in development or in social justice issues, as Stan was saying, we used to think in terms of class society. And in that context, the unorganized sector were equated to the people who were working in the rural areas as rural producers or the urban poor in the slums and so on. And for us, the distinguishing features of this sector was the poverty and the kind of semi-feudal exploitation which they faced. So many activists of those days spent their working lives with people like this in the what we call unorganized sector. And I think there are so many examples of the success at organizing these workers, and many of the people sitting in this room are also persons who drew their experience and their inspiration from Father Claude. See, today we talk less about class society, we talk less about class conflict, we don't talk about class contradictions, but class is very much with us. And the thing is that it's an emerging feature and that it is much more fragmented. Class is not something which can be seen as something unified. And it's also so difficult to today identify and distinguish. And it is informal and it is often not even visible. So we are in a situation where there are so many classes in the making, and the numbers are staggering. And as a matter of fact, informality, which I want to talk about, is today pervading the whole economy. And one of the first things that we need to be aware of is the facts of this. And just one fact is that 90% of the above 500 million individuals in this country who are working or laboring are in the informal sector. But the fact of the matter is that capital still continues to dominate their lives and our lives. And today, capital is controlled by a distinguished and diminishing number of what we can consider today in common parlance as elite. In our days, we used to use the word bourgeois. And the wealth of this elite is so huge that it exceeds even the wealth of many countries put together. And this small elite can influence global policies. Then we have what we can term as proficients, those combination of professionals and technicians, proficients. Below that, you have this group which continues to be what we also call the working class, the proletariat in the organized sector. And then today we have this swelling number of what is now being called the precariat, that is combining the words precarious with the word proletariat. So you have this huge number of persons who is really at the base of our society and who are making everything we use, all the food and other things. So there is this wide spectrum of persons, and the point is that they do not, have the securities which so many of us have had. And I just want to list these securities again in more academic sense. They don't have the labor market security. They don't have employment security. They don't have job security. They don't have income security. They don't have social security. They don't have skill reproduction security. They don't have representational security. So you have this huge mass. When Father Claude motivated young people to go to the villages and get involved, not to compromise, to become competent, he was talking about a kind of activism which is largely ceased today. Many of us who did get involved, including myself, have, in a sense given up. I think age and comforts have been getting the better of us. But yet I think, in a sense, Father Claude's exhortations to us to understand, basically what he was trying to say is, we have to understand the relationships in society and not just through academic pursuits, but with first-hand interactions. And I think, this appeal is still valid today. And I believe that this kind of real-life interaction is the only way we can understand this swelling informal sector that is developing in our country. And this is the only way we can change the world to make it a more just, participatory, sustainable, and self-reliant one. Thank you very much.